Spot with David Rodgers. And now, here he is, Mr. Friday Night, the show pony himself, the man, the dream, the legendary David Rodgers.
Good afternoon and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another On the Spot with David Rodgers. You're probably going, uh-oh, it's not time for On the Spot with David Rodgers. But guess what, Dave? It is the time. And you know why it's time? Because me and you decided that we were going to go on about 25 minutes early, 20 minutes early.
Yeah.
Well, we were ready, set up, ready to go. And we have actually a dinner date, don't we?
Yeah.
Right after this show. So we're going to go ahead and get started and got a few things to talk about. Let's start, Dave, with our, like we always do, and then we'll get into some things with our pledge, or excuse me, our prayer, our pledge, and our quote of the night. So got a few words for you for the quote of the night. So there won't be really no guess, but just some things that I looked up that I think is beneficial to all of us and the way that our world is, and of course our U.S. is, you know, with people just at each other about politics, about religion, and just the hate that's in this world today. I figured I'd give you some comfortable words. You know what I mean? Maybe for you to think about and go, hey, is it really worth all that? Well, you know, we'll see. I want to talk about our show last night that we had, Dave. By the way, you did a great job. And again, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about a little tornado football. And we'll talk about these impact fees that were just approved. Me and you were talking about before we came on air. So, as we always do, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll please bow your head as we go into prayer. Our righteous Heavenly Father, let us once think again for a wonderful and glorious day you've given us, dear Lord. Thank you for this time that we have together as our brotherhood here, dear Lord, the On the Spot with David Rodgers crew. Please keep blessing this show, keep blessing us and everybody that watches this show, dear Lord, that any information that we give out, that it goes into their minds, into their hearts, and they can do whatever it is that they see fit with it, dear Lord. Thank you for letting us live in the greatest and most powerful country in the world today, the United States of America. Please keep your hand and a heavy hand on our politicians, each and every one of them, and everybody that works in our government and in politics, dear Lord, that they make the right decisions for us. As those politicians works for us, we don't work for them. Again, thank you for our armed forces, each and every one of those men and women that go out each and every day and they're fighting for our freedoms and our rights against domestic and international terrorism as they go out and just keep us the freest country and the most powerful country in the world. Keep a hedge of protection over them and bring them back safely to their families. Thank you for our first responders, each and every one of those men and women that go out each and every day in every community within the United States, dear Lord, that you just keep each and every one of them safe as they're out there trying to keep us safe when we go home at night and we can sit there with our families or whatever it is that we're doing, dear Lord, and we know that we're going to be safe because they're just a phone call away and they'll be there to help protect us, dear Lord. Thank you for the food that we receive each and every day. Goes into the nourishment of our bodies and our bodies to thy service. Any spoken or unspoken prayer requests, dear Lord, that you touch each and every one of them. Put your guiding and touching hand on their brains and on their hearts, dear Lord, and comfort them as they're going through some tough times. Thank you again for this wonderful and beautiful day you've given us, dear Lord. Thank you for this showtime that you're allowing us to do. Thank you for the great week that we're going to have coming and the weekend that we have coming as well, dear Lord. We ask for these things in your Son's name, Jesus Christ, and the congregation says, Amen. Amen. All right, Dave, that was great. I didn't see, but we have a special guest with us tonight. How about that, huh? Just popped right in for us with a little bit. I didn't realize he was going to be here, but I'm glad he's here. Mr. Mike Starlin, always welcomed here. Mike, glad to have you along as well. We started the show just a little bit early tonight because I have dinner plans.
Yeah.
I got to eat. You know, big boys like me, we like to eat.
I know.
Yeah, so does Dave too. But anyway, let us go to our pledge. Dave, this is a beautiful flag. I'm going to let you. Can you do it?
Yeah.
You lead us? All right, let you lead us here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll be there. There we go. Amen. All right, all right. Welcome into the show. I'm your creator and host, David Rodgers. Right along with me, the dancing destroyer himself, Super Dave Holland. Like I said, we got a guest with us tonight, Mr. Mike Starlin. He's sitting in, watching the show, taking it all in. And I know, Mike, that you watch us sometimes on the stream. And I'm just glad that you can come in here and watch it live with us.
It is a privilege, sir.
Oh, man. Well, we thank you for being here with us.
Yes,
Dave, I've got, usually we have an official quote. But, tonight I decided I think we need to hear some words of encouragement, not just to us, but to each and every one of our viewers and everybody that, may need to hear these words. So you don't have to guess who this is because it's different quotes. So there won't be anything, you know what I'm saying,
yes,
to guess or whatever. So if I can get into my phone, I will get that rolling there. Too many incorrect unlocked attempts. So guess what? I have to try in 27 seconds. How about that?
Oh, we'll try it in 20
We'll
seconds.
try it in 21 seconds now. So anyway, while we're waiting on that, I want to talk a couple of things that has happened since our last show.
Yeah.
And the one thing that's happened, we all had a great weekend, of course. We were all busy. Everything's going on. No Byron Bagwell, I forgot to mention that because he is on vacation. No Austin Stevens, as he's got some things going on as well. I do have the weather report, so we'll get to that. Let me see if I can try to unlock it this time, Dave. These phones, man, you got these big fingers, and you're trying to punch in those numbers. There it goes. Look at there. Finally gets there. So 8 powerful words or quotes for the day. I'm going to give you 8 of them. You tell me what you think. Number 1, believe in yourself. Believe you can and you will.
Yeah.
So that's 1. How
believe.
about stay strong? Dream, believe, and achieve.
Yeah.
Dream, believe, and achieve. 3, never give up on anything.
Nope.
A little progress each day adds up to big results. Agree with that. 4, be grateful. A grateful heart is a magnet for miracles.
Yeah.
5, work hard. Good things come to those who hustle. I believe that.
Yep.
Absolutely. If you're dormant and you just sit around,
What's
guess what?
gonna happen?
What's going to happen? Except you're just going to
No.
sit around
Yeah.
and do nothing. That's it.
Yeah.
So, yes, work hard. Stay humble. Work hard in silence. Let success make the noise. We talk about being humble all the time. Be kind. Kindness makes you the most beautiful person that you can be. And 8, and I'll give you a scenario on this one. Keep smiling. Because of your smile, you make life more beautiful. And now y'all know this, do you know it takes more muscles to make a frown than a smile?
Yes, absolutely.
Like double. Yeah, I think it takes, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong here, if you've heard the number, I think it's like 52 muscles in your face to make a frown, and it takes like 20-something to smile.
I believe
It's
you're
like
correct
double.
there,
Yeah, somewhere in there. That number is sort of right there. So it's crazy how that works out. But those words there, it was just some words that I'd seen. Nobody really wrote those, and if they did, I don't know who did. So, but anyway, just remember those words. I'll go over them again. Believe in yourself, stay strong, never give up. Be grateful, work hard, stay humble, be kind, and keep smiling. And I think if you do those things, Dave, every day that you live, I think you can do it, whatever it is that you want to do.
You can live a long time.
Yeah, with those words
all
there.
that.
Yep. So, and there's some others in there, but those struck me as some of the top ones that I wanted to get to. Man, with so many things going on in the world today. Not only just in our community.
Yeah.
Not only just in our region, not only just in our state, but all over the United States. You hear of all kinds of things. Listen, over the last 2 weeks, how about as many natural disasters as has happened? Earthquakes,
Yes.
by the dozens. Tsunami that hit Hawaii
Yes.
and the edge of California.
God.
How about that? I mean, it wasn't huge, but it did.
Yeah.
And it did,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't think that it would. The floods
Wow.
that are going on, and that has happened. Not only here, overseas.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. And now we're in the middle of hurricane season right now, and that we haven't had one yet, and we're already into August. It ends in November. Now, there is some things out there. I've just seen what Austin sent to me, Dave.
Yeah.
There is something out there. We'll see what he says about it, but it's just lucky that we haven't had one. But, I've heard the prediction was it was supposed to be horrible.
Maybe our luck will
Change?
stretch out there and all of them will go out toward
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Just spin around. Well, you
The
especially.
Atlantic ride.
Great call. Because how many times have you seen all these disturbances and all these tropical storms that eventually become hurricanes, and they just turn and just go out into the Atlantic, like you said. Now, the Gulf of America is different. The Gulf of America, you're enclosed by land. I mean, unless it just turns around, which I've never heard one do that, unless it hits land and then comes back around. But the one to turn around in the Gulf of America, that would be a miracle. I'd love to see that. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I would love to see that, but that usually don't happen. It's usually going to hit land.
And
So
it's only got one way in and one way out.
that's it.
That would
It's-
freak out meteorologists all over
Oh
the
my
world.
God! Could you imagine what would happen there? They would be talking about that for years. Hey, hurricane turns around and goes back where it came from. Boy, oh boy!
Here, you
oh,
can have
boy.
it back.
Daggone, man. Yeah, you got my. But anyway, those kind of things there. So encouraging words always does the heart. And I'll tell you another thing too. I know a lot of people have said this. Sports does the same thing. Now, sports isn't as pure as it used to be. We got all the things going on with, big contracts and NIL monies for college and transfer, and it's filtering down to the high school level, and we'll get to that. You heard Coach Rodgers even say that last night as we was doing our tornado sneak peek, which we'll get into. But with all that, it's still a sport, and if you can get away and watch a sporting event or something like that, it's not the end all to be all, but you know what? Or be all to end all. But at least it gets you there. I should have said it that way. But it gives you a chance to get away for a couple hours and not think about your problems. Yes, I know they will be there, but at least for a couple hours you can go, man, I don't have to worry about this, or I don't have to worry about that.
Stress gone for a little
Stress
bit.
gone for a little bit.
Yeah.
As so sporting events definitely do that as well. So, Dave, let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial break because I want to make a sort of a quick show out of this because my belly's growling, and not that I'm trying to get away from you guys, but we wanted to start early so we can go get dinner, and me and Dave's got several things to talk about as far as dealing with the show and what we've got coming up for the tornadoes this week. So let's take a quick commercial break and we'll come back and let's do the weather real quick, Dave. Be right back after these commercial breaks.
All right.
Cool.
Maybe, give the coaches and players half price off their food. You know what she told me? This is how big her heart is. She said, comp it all. So the football players and all the coaches that were there last night got to eat for free.
Wow.
She said, comp it all. I was like, I said, you sure, Chris? Yep. She does a lot for tornado football.
Wow, yeah.
and she feeds the team sometimes, some days and stuff. Yeah, so which is true. But she comped all that food and to those players. So thank Chrissy and the staff there last night, David, Haley and Chantel and those girls. Man, they are wonderful. I get those girls on Thursday night team trivia, which I'll talk about here in a minute. But they were all on it, man. She was all over it last night. Unless you heard something, I didn't hear a complaint one. Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing about the food, nothing about the service. Everything was wonderful. They hugged her. As a matter of fact, remember they took a picture at the end. We had, hey, holler, hey, we got to get a picture because Chrissy wanted a picture. And those are on Facebook as well. But also the kitchen staff, Dee and Burl and all those guys that work the kitchen staff, I got to know them really well. They don't get a lot of love sometimes, so I'm going to give them the love. I try to give them as much love as I can. But those guys know exactly what they're doing, how they need to cook their food. I want to thank each and every one of those guys, and I don't want to start calling out names because I don't want to leave anybody out. But that entire kitchen and wait staff, they do a wonderful job. And I try to go in there. We were just talking about those the kind words. It takes just a second after I set up. It takes just a second for me to walk around and say hello, hug somebody. Hey, man, what's going on, man? I give those guys high fives and we hug. Man, that little appreciation, Mike and Dave,
Means a bunch.
means more than money sometimes.
Yes.
That right there, it's just a love and a respect for another person. And, man, today's world, man, that's hard to find. It really is. Everybody's got their own agenda. Everybody's got their own deal that they're dealing with. And I'll just be honest with you, man. Sometimes I hate going out and going anywhere because somebody's bickering or somebody, is torqued off. They need to be at a particular restaurant they work at or a grocery store or a clothes store, whatever. Have you messed with that before?
Oh, yeah.
You go up there, man, you get ready to buy your groceries, man. You go through the line. And what's a big turnoff, Dave, Mike, is you got your groceries up there, you got them all lined out, you're getting ready to pay for them, and the dadgum cashier looks like she wants to be anywhere but that cash register.
Right, yeah.
And I'm like, really? Really? You know what I almost would like to do? Put those groceries back in the cart, put those groceries up, man. I don't even want to shop here. I can go somewhere else and get better customer service than that. But that's just one place. That happens in many places. That's why everybody says, why do you like Publix? I'll tell you why I like Publix. It's a little more expensive. I'll give you that. It's going to be more expensive. Probably going to be $20 or $30 more for the same items that you buy at Winn-Dixie, Walmart, wherever. But you know what I'm going to get? I'm going to get the best customer service in the world. How many times have you been in Publix, Dave? And you got your items, and they go, hey, is there anything else that we can get? Did you find everything? Do you need somebody to go get something else? If there's a price check, you don't go, you don't wait. That bagger or whoever that is already going to price check that. It's customer service, man, and I would rather pay $30 or $40 more for customer service, you know what I'm saying, than to deal with that old. I got you. So anyway, going back to the sneak peek show, and Dave's got a picture up there. I'm getting ready to put a picture up there. We started off with Samson Jackson, the athletic director. He was first on. We asked him some questions. Then we brought on the president of the Boosters, Caitlin Rankin, which is Caitlin Hartley Rankin, which is Will Hartley's sister.
Is that the lady that you
The
had up
blonde,
there?
yeah, the blonde. She's the president of the Boosters. She was talking about the Boosters, how you could become a booster. So that was wonderful. She gave a lot of great information. And by the way, remember who her son was? The quarterback. Remember Cy Cubbage?
Yeah.
The one that I was raving about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her son. So, yeah. So, and then we had, after that, we had Mike Qualls on.
Yeah.
Mike always come. I meant what I said, Dave. I meant what I said. Mike Qualls. and I know he's our brother and we love him. Mike Qualls is the best stadium announcer in the whole state of Florida. Bar none. Bar none. I've been to others. First and foremost, if you ever go to Clay's game, that guy is loud, and it could be the equipment. He's loud, it's boisterous, he's trying to call play-by-play. Let the radio guy do that. Mike Qualls knows exactly what to say, when to say it. He knows how to hype the crowd up, and he's the best at that. I have heard, no joke, last year, was it before the playoff game? Anyway, we were at the Kangaroo, and they know that we call the football games and stuff, so people were seeing us. Me and Byron was outside getting us something to drink, and somebody drove up, and they said, man, that was a great game. And they mistake me and Mike sometimes. And she goes, I live a mile from here, and I heard every bit of the game. Yeah. I was like, really? I said, did you listen to it on the radio? She said, no. She said, I heard the stadium announcer, and she heard it a mile down the road.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But that's the atmosphere that you want. Friday Night Lights is Friday Night Lights. I don't care how you slice it and dice it.
I got a friend that says the same thing.
Says the same thing.
Lives off of Orange and Francis.
Okay, yeah.
Which is right one.
It is one
block
over. Right.
To 100.
To 100.
Yeah,
yes.
That far down.
Yeah. So, Domino's, you can hear it there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably hear it in Winn-Dixie Park.
Absolutely.
I guarantee you.
Well,
But Mike Qualls knows football. He is a big Redskins fan. Okay, whatever. I love you, Mike. I love you. But he knows football. He knows exactly. He's been doing it for 17 years.
17 years.
When he threw me that number last night, Mike, I almost flipped out of my chair because we talked about it. This is my 10th year, and I can't believe how quick 10 years has gone. I remember listening to Terry Vaughn and Rick Craig calling the games as I'm trying to get to the game because my daughter's cheerleading or my daughter's in the band. I would listen coming from work to try to get to the game, and I had 106.3 on. I'd listen to Terry Vaughn and Rick Craig.
So how long have you been?
10 years. This will be the 10th year.
Amazing.
10 years.
That's crazy.
Only because Terry Vaughn
Retired. Terry Vaughn would still probably be doing the football games if he didn't retire. But Terry Vaughn started back in 1985. Give you a little history lesson. Started back in 1985 before Chuck Kramer even became Chuck Kramer. Chuck Kramer didn't become Chuck Kramer until 1991.
Wow.
So he was already doing the football games. Then Rick Craig joined him. But anyway, when he retired, he had 31 years of calling tornado football. And Rick Craig, as color analyst, had 20.
Wow.
That's crazy, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So they retired together. They said, I guess when one said, hey, I'm done, the other one said he was done. And then that's when they offered me the job. My name had got thrown.
You know,
they were.
Yeah.
So they were trying to figure out who would be really good at doing this. Well, my rep was out there already DJing, doing different things in the community, that type of thing there. And a bunch of people, and I'll give him credit where credit's due, Billy Rayberg and a bunch of his family and guys that went to the game and did the game, went and talked to Terry. Terry said, you probably got the same name I got. And they said Dave Rodgers. And I was like, wow. So when Chuck told me that the job was offered to me, I didn't want to take it at first. I didn't know. I knew football. I didn't know nothing about going over the airways live, because we wasn't doing this podcast yet. Now, Dave has always said this to me. Dave, what have you said? The wrestling, the things that you done on the outside before that has prepared me to do what I'm doing now.
Yes.
And I truly believe that has helped. But anyway, moving on from that. So after that, we had the coaches on. I thought Coach Jamie Rodgers and Coach Staples did a fantastic job on their interviews. I think we got one heck of a coach. And I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't trade that guy. He's over here to the left. Dave's got that picture up or getting that picture up over here to the left in the gray shirt. Coach Jamie Rodgers, he started off at Baker with Swanee, and then to Baker, and then to Georgia, and then to here. He's got this program really rolling. 36-5 over the last 3.5 plus years. 5 losses to 3 teams. That's who's beaten the Tornadoes in 3.5 plus years. That is phenomenal. Do you know how many programs in this state, even in this area, would love to be in the Tornadoes' shoes right now? A bunch. A bunch. Yeah. A bunch of them. So they're doing a fantastic job. That's a great picture, Dave. If you'll put that picture back up for me one more time. Last night, while we was interviewing them, I had one of the coaches write down all the coaches, and shame on me. You know, you're always your own worst critic.
Absolutely.
I critique. Somebody said, Kevin asked me, he goes, "What?" You asked me too. You know, it was a great show. You know, we talked about the stream and everything. What grade would you give yourself? Well, I thought it was a great show. I thought everything worked wonderful. They did everything wonderfully. I gave it an A-. Some people said that was an A++. Well, you're your own worst critic. There's things I know that I forgot. There's things I know that I goofed up just a little bit. So I can't give it that perfect score.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I graded it as an A-. I thought it was that good, but there was a couple of things. And one of the things is I didn't hit all the coaches. So I'll just go over, this is your Tornado coaching staff for 2025, this football season. And it's changed. We changed some positions and things like that. But head coach Jamie Rodgers, special team coordinator John Staples, he handles our special teams. Shane Staples is our offensive coordinator and our quarterbacks coach. David May is our defensive coordinator and linebackers coach. Tyler Stevens coaches the offensive line. Greg Daniels coaches our offensive line. Gerald Smith, which I know, coaches defensive line. Adrian Mosley, defensive line. Tyson Elliott, he coaches our running backs. Kenny Dinkins, who used to play back in, I think his last year was 2014. Great wide receiver. He coaches our receivers. Wendell Shanks, I think y'all know him. He coaches our defensive backs. His son is playing Division I right now. I believe he moved up. So Wendell, son is out there. He was a great Tornado as well. Brandon Arnold, he's our JV head coach. Darvin Ruiz, there we go. Linebackers coach. James Back McNeil, he's like an all-around coach. He makes sure everybody's in the right place. Don't cross that line. You know, usually the strengths coach job. You know, that's strength keeps, you know, if the coach wants to go toward a referee, he's the one that's grabbing the coach back. Hey, you got to get back. Right. So that's what James Back McNeil does. And last but not least, ball boy, Roger Cruz.
All right, Roger.
All right, Roger, huh?
Yes.
Roger's been doing that for a long time. He enjoys it. He loves it.
He's good about it, too.
Yes, he is.
He's right on top of it.
Yep, and he is. And, you know, Roger's passionate about football. He's passionate about high school football, college football, pro football, fantasy football. That's all. Hey, how many times have you come up on a conversation and Roger's talking to me about fantasy football?
He knows it all.
He
really
does, and he does. He's very smart with it.
Yes.
And not only just football, but other sports too. So
Yeah.
Roger's got a little knack for this, but does a good job on Friday nights. He loves it. And I thank the coaching staff and Bradford High School for letting him do that. It keeps his mind, you know, focused, what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Keep your mind moving. So anyway, I didn't get a chance to say thank you to all those guys. And I really appreciate what they did. And then we had some great players on last night. And I'll get Dave to put that picture up here in just a minute. But had several players. One is probably going to be a 5-star quarterback before he leaves out of here. He's only a sophomore, just turned 15. His name's Cy Covich. Yeah, Covich, left-handed quarterback, right there, number 15. You can tell he's a tall kid. He's going to fill out that frame even more. The kid can definitely throw the football. You know, they went to a bunch of 7-on-7 camps, and he went to a bunch of camps himself, you know, just individual camps. But they won the Jacksonville Jaguar flag football championship over 20-something other teams.
No kidding.
No kidding. And that kid threw from what I say, like 980 yards and 27 touchdowns over the 7 games that they played. So
Wow.
yeah, they were 7-0. They beat Lake City, Columbia for the championship. So they got to go last Saturday night when the Jaguars were playing the Steelers. They got to go there and was doing the flag. They got to be on the sideline. They got to hang out. So the winner of that gets to do that. So a great experience for them. As a matter of fact, we was talking about that a little bit there. We had Jordan Kaysen and Jaquez Kaysen on. Camonte Nixon is that tall kid, number 9, 6'4", 215 pounds, I think. We haven't had a receiver like that for a long time. He'll go up there and high point that ball. If in case Cy overthrows it or something, he'll go up there and he'll be able to get that ball. So we got a great nucleus of skill players. I think the offensive line's going to be good. You've seen Ridge Bradley right there, number 50. He used to be our center. He's moved over to right guard now. He said the offensive line's going to be good. I hear that the defense is going to be outstanding. And if it's like any of the other 3.5 that we've had, that's going to be a lot of kudos there. So we'll see, because the telltale test, Dave, is going to be against Cocoa. I know it's a preseason classic. I know it don't count for nothing.
yeah.
But it does count, ladies and gentlemen, for psyche for your football team.
Morality.
Yes, but if you go down there, and Coco's been a thorn in our side. They beat us in a state semifinal. They beat us in a state championship game. It's time for us to get a little payback.
Yeah.
I want to see them win the game. Of course, I would love to. I would love to see them. We got to go down there. But if they can play that game close, because they're the measuring stick. They're the 3-time defending state champions, and they're always nationally ranked. If you can play close with them or beat them, that gives you what Mike said, all the momentum going into that Baker County game, and that sets your season. If you go down there and I'll just put it this way, if you get your ass handed to you, that's a different psyche. That's a long 3-hour bus ride home.
Yes.
You start thinking about it. Now you've got to get yourself remotivated. Go out there, hit that practice hard, because you don't want one loss and a big-time loss to become 2 and 3. And that's not the way Bradford is set up. So
They got psychologically
Yeah.
keep their wits.
exactly. So I want to finish up one more thing from last night's show. From the Sporting Chance and Miss Shelley Rodgers, some of the things that were donated, and some people got some memorabilia. They got there was license plates that was donated, bracelets, 2 Stanley Cup straw decorations. I guess they're triangle-shaped items, some tattoos, a $15 gift certificate that was donated by the Sporting Chance. And for all you Bradford Tornado needs, go see Beth and J.R. Tillman over at the Sporting Chance. And the things that were donated by the Bradford High School, which I really appreciate them. There were some wall decals, magnets, magnet clips, name tag clips, lanyards, white cups, and red cups. Want to thank everybody for all those giveaways. We left some schedules there as well, and we'll go over that schedule really quick. Again, they beat Swanee 21-9 in the spring game. Cocoa this Friday night, defending Class 2A state champions in the kickoff classic. We come home and we play Baker County Wildcats on the 22nd. Then we go to Dunellen, about a 3-game road trip. We're going to go to Dunellen on the 29th. We're going to go back to South Sumter on the 5th. So both of those are in Sumter County. Then we're going to go to Jacksonville and play Mandarin on the 12th. Then we were supposed to play Appling County, Georgia, which was a state semifinal team last year. But there was some issues that were going on about an ineligible player, so they're off the schedule right now. So we got Gainesville Eastside back on the schedule. That'll be a home game. Then we got Keystone away. We'll go to Palatka, and then the last 3 home games will be Newberry, which we owe a price. Remember Mike Quall saying that last night, David? Mm-hmm. He said we owe Newberry, right? They beat us twice last year, one for the district championship, and then they put us out of the playoffs. So definitely want to get some revenge on them. Tallahassee Leon's coming here to us. That'll be homecoming. Santa Fe will be senior night. And we have one of the things, Mike and Dave and Tornado Nation and fans, that was set up on this schedule is that we're playing all 10 of those games straight in a row. There's no bye week until the end.
Wow.
So the bye week is on the 31st on Halloween. So, and then of course the championship, the playoffs start. So again, head coach Jamie Rodgers, principal Chris Coffey, athletic director Samson Jackson. Go Big Red was a hashtag. If you want to know anything about Tornado football, go to @BHS Tornadoes FB for the football schedule and anything else that's going on with the boosters. There is a bunch of schedules like this going around. Dave, we got the camera there. Yeah, the camera's there. Football schedules going right here. Chuck Kramer made these up. We left a bunch of them at the Downtown Grill. It's got your Tornadoes on there. It's got the Florida State Seminoles. It's got the Gators. And it's got the Jaguars schedule on there too. Dave, if you want that, you can put it up eventually. I've got another one here for myself. Mike, I'll give Mike one.
Thank you.
Give Mike one there. So we'll put that up. A couple of other things that are going on, and I'm glad Dave brought that camera up. Hey, Tori, Carolina, how you doing? Carolina, I guess. No sound, Randy says. Dave, I still can't hear you. What? Has that been going on for a while? Oh boy, yeah.
I had a little audio problem, but
Okay.
it's fixed now.
Okay, hopefully y'all can hear me now. Just give me a thumbs up or something there. I didn't realize that. Sorry, I was getting into what I was saying. I didn't check my my comments there. Tori Carolina, new viewer. I hope I said that right. Thank you for joining the show as well. A couple of things I want to talk about. As everybody knows, I know us three don't have a dog in the hunt, but the city clerk election's going on. Stark City Clerk election will take place on Tuesday, August the 19th from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's the actual voting day. That will be at City Hall. Excuse me. Early voting will take place Monday, August the 11th, which has already started, to Friday, August the 15th. So you can early vote for, if you live in the city of Stark, you can vote for this position. And that will be daily at the Supervisor of Elections office in the courthouse. For more information, call the Supervisor of Elections, which is Amanda Safang, at 904-966-6266, 904-966-6266, or visit www.votebradfordfl.gov. So make sure you go out and vote. Very important election. All y'all know what's happened in the past regime. There's two great candidates, two great ladies. They was on our show. We did a question and answer period with them. We'll start with Miss Lisa Terry Heater, which is Michael Heater's wife. Michael does a lot of things in the community, does a lot of things with the Sheriff's Department, emergency management. Great candidate. She's already working there, Dave. You know what I mean? And I think that she would fit the bill. And Chrissy Ricky Thompson, owner of the Downtown Grill, and on all kinds of different boards and things here in town. She's another great candidate. So again, I don't have a dog in the hunt. Y'all guys don't have a dog in the hunt. But I just wish both ladies good luck. And I think whoever wins that is going to get a good person to come in there and be transparent with the city clerk's position. And Dave just put up the signage there. If you have any questions or anything that you want to get to them, you can hit us on the spot 32091@gmail.com. And you on the left, you see Chrissy Allen Thompson for city clerk, and over to the right is Miss Lisa Terry Heater. You see where she says experience matters. So the main thing I want you to do is go vote, because if you don't vote and your candidate does not get elected, then you have no business whining about nothing.
Thank you very much.
Correct.
Absolutely. That doesn't get said enough. Hey, if you don't go out there and vote and your candidate does not win, you shouldn't say a thing. Get back to where you were. You should have went out and voted. Your voice matters. Your vote matters.
Yes.
And now, if your candidate didn't get elected and you voted, now you may have a little, chance to talk about it. So, but the main thing is go out there and vote. At least you voted. That's exactly right. Dave, man, it's 7:43. Man, I've been talking for a solid hour. Oh my gosh, I'm getting hungry. You know, there's other things I wanted to get into. The weather, it was a little lengthy. I'll tell you what we can do. Let's give Austin some credit, send some love. That weather report that was just sent to us, you can go check it out on Austin's Weather Service. And Austin Stevens, who runs that website, does a good job. Man, he's got maps, graphics. He's got this hurricane coming up here. He's got this. He's got it all going on. You can catch that weather report on Austin's Weather Service. Also, he will put this show on YouTube tonight.
Yeah.
And this will be episode, what'd I say, David? 331.
Yeah.
Episode 331. That will be coming up tonight, hopefully, or at least in the morning. And we're a little over 4 weeks away from our celebration show, right? So me and Dave Holland and Byron Bagwell and maybe Mitchell we may do something special.
We may.
We may. We've talked about a couple of things. Maybe we may do a live show somewhere. Maybe who knows? Well, you know, maybe we go somewhere and somebody donate some free food and people can come out and watch us. Who knows? We don't know what we got planned up, do we?
No, we don't.
So, but it's an idea. It's a thought.
We haven't thought about it yet
No.
until you mentioned
Until I mentioned it,
Right.
yeah. And you see where my mind is on food, right? Yeah. Mike, I'm going to let you promote yourself. I'm going to hold this up. Tell everybody where they can get something like this if they want it from you.
Just give me a call. The number's going to be was on the screen earlier, and I'll make plans to meet you, and we'll figure it all out.
All right, that's 904-263-9008. Mike Starlin, 904-263-9008. Mike, I wanted to ask you because you didn't say it. Do you have social media?
No.
No, you don't. Okay, so that's a good thing. Yeah, you should stay off of that.
I mean,
got-
I'm on,
you got a
I'm on
Facebook.
Facebook.
Okay, yeah. So can they reach you through Facebook? I mean, if somebody sent you a clean, nice message
Just
about
Mike
wanting
Starlin.
a Mike
Yeah.
Starling,
I've
boom,
got
look it up.
There's some pictures on
Yeah.
Facebook there.
Is there some pictures on Facebook
Oh,
as
yeah.
well? Okay, so you can see those, you can check those out, and you can get a hold of Mike, and he can tell you how much each one of those costs, man. And I like every one of those things, man. I tell you, really artistic work, and also not just these paintings, Dave. Mike is a great painter. If you need partially house painted, or your house painted, or room painted, or inside, whatever, Mike is a professional painter, and I'll vouch about for his work. There's no doubt about that. So he does really good work. So I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, Mike. Absolutely. And we're going to figure out what that cannonball's worth for sure, because I think it's worth something. I think it's worth something.
Yeah.
$5 maybe, but maybe 500,000.
You never know.
You don't know.
But
You don't know until you look at it and have it looked at. And I know that's one of the things you're working on, right?
Yes,
yeah.
I got a couple of numbers that I'm going to call tomorrow, and they're about war artifacts and stuff
Yeah.
here in the state. you
Right.
know.
Here in the state of Florida.
Yeah,
Okay,
get
good.
a little, get it authentic.
Oh,
Yeah,
Tell
I
it.
want to say I'm going to agree with Dave Holland a little bit, and I like your thought too. I think that was at the Battle of Alusty. Something within. We're not that far away. You found that in Lottie. Alusty's not that far away from Lottie. That could be one of these little battles that happened over here.
it just goes to
You know.
show you,
Yep.
you do not know what is under the ground around you.
Right.
You know,
you
No.
I mean, and I was, it was in a trailer, but I was this deep in the shrubs and stuff,
That's
and
crazy.
but I was like, man, that's awful heavy.
That's a good find.
David Roden, thank you for watching. Dave, any final words? And anything?
Just watch the weather reports
Yes.
and be prepared for anything that could happen.
I agree with that, and like I said, you can catch that on Austin's weather service. And if you can't understand it, all you got to do is message Austin. Austin will make you understand it for sure.
Absolutely.
So, be heading down to Cocoa. Dave, are you riding with me to Cocoa?
I believe I am.
Okay.
I'm going to take my equipment, and hopefully we'll have that game on Facebook Live.
Really? Okay, that's what I'm looking forward to, man.
Yeah.
Calling the play-by-play action on that.
You
I think Mitchell Gunner may be going, but he has a couple of things going on. But for sure, me, you, and Cliff from the Bradford Telegraph. By the way, real quick, I want to thank the Bradford Cliff Smelly and the Kiwanis for having me be their speaker. I wanted to thank them. Went over there and spoke, and it was a wonderful time over there. Got there a little bit late, but not for speaking part, but for eating. That's why I didn't eat nothing, Dave. That's why we're fixing to go eat. But anyway, so I want to thank them again. We'll have that game live for you if everything situates right, Dave?
Yeah.
We have to have the situation right, internet and all that good stuff. We'll bring that game to you on Friday night. No radio broadcast as WAG doesn't do any preseason games, but we'll be bringing that live to you on Friday night. Guys, God bless you. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great week. Have a great weekend, and we'll be back with you next Tuesday night to talk much more about everything that's going on in our world, in our state, in our community, and, of course, our sports program. God bless you. See you later. Take care.